Yes boys, greetings from Crete. Last night was a fucking eventful night. We had an earthquake over here in Crete, 6.3 in magnitude, and we had a bit of a risk of a tsunami, so had to evacuate up to higher ground. Fucking mountains up there, so yeah, bit of an eventful one. Plan of action today, wanted to hit a vlog while I was away for you boys, so obviously what better time when I can clickbait the shit out of an earthquake in the title of a YouTube video. So yeah, so we're gonna just nip into a shop now. As you can see, supermarket over there, and supermarkets hit different abroad. If you know, you know. So we're gonna be doing that, maybe getting some pain au chocolats or something nice to fuel the pre-earthquake, no, the post-earthquake feel. So we are going to the shop, so I'll catch you in there. Here we are boys, in the bakery. Gonna go for a chocolate banana croissant. Nice selection here though. Got a good drink selection over there, loads of protein. So man's gonna have to make a decision and fuel the chart analysis for a minute. So yeah. Also, why is it abroad that they always have these like sick fucking things? Like, look at this. Instead of Nutella, they have Mars, Malteser, Bounty. It's probably a good thing because I'll probably get fucking fat as fuck, but I just don't get it. Why does England not have any of this shit? Another reason number 75 of why to get the fuck out of England. Now we're going for a protein drink. We secured the old pain au chocolats, so now it's a choice of, gonna go for that. Here we have it, 35 grams, because we're gonna hit a gym session in a minute as well, so that's that. And of course, actually, need to get something else. What's a gym session without a white monster, boys? We all know that. No pre abroad, so white monster it is. Boys, going back to the earthquake situation, it was so fucking weird. Literally just had the bed shaking at 1:50 AM. So I didn't know if I was dreaming. Like, I just sort of just woke up and then thought, what the fuck? I don't know if I'm dreaming or what. I went to the toilet, like looked at my phone, just typed in Crete earthquake, and it came up with what I pictured earlier. That there's just been like a 5 point, at first it was 5.7 I think, but then they upped it to 6.3 when they obviously got more information on the earthquake. But then we got the tsunami warning, and obviously anyone that listened in geography at GCSEs knows that tsunamis can come after earthquakes. So, and we're literally right on the sea of the side of the island where the earthquake struck, so it was a little bit worrying. Went into my parents and they were still fast asleep, didn't even wake up from it. So then like started speaking to them about it, and then literally like a few minutes later got the notification from the government on the phone saying about how we need to evacuate and take higher ground. So yeah, it was pretty mad experience, but we're still here. Will GFX is still here, still producing the best trading signals, best fucking education in the world. So we are still here, boys. That's the main thing. And here we have it, boys. Pain au chocolat, whatever the fuck this is, didn't even really look. Nice protein shake for the gym in a minute, and a monster to get prepped for the gym. Here we are, boys. Lovely stuff. Yes, boys, we are back in the room. All right. First of all, physique check. Looking shredded, boys. Got that tan now as well. Fucking lovely. All right, so now I'm gonna go through the chart analysis. I will be putting this in the group as well. So yeah, I just thought, I haven't really traded this whole week, but I can't be going out from a tsunami on a loss. Like, the last trade we took in the group was a loss, so I can't be dying to a tsunami having lost my last trade. So I thought, I'm gonna have to do some analysis today and just hopefully win an absolute fucking beauty of a trade. So let's get into this chart analysis. So first one, I excuse me for this because I didn't bring my PC because I didn't think I was gonna trade, so, but this will do. So first one, AUD USD, we can see 4-hour chart, really nice projection up. We've got a nice target of liquidity up here. So hoping for a retracement into the equilibrium here, as well as this previous resistance zone to use as support. Now, similarly, on AUD JPY, very similar pair, they run very similarly. We've got a nice target of liquidity up here, which is this line here on the left,
And on the 4-hour time frame, we can see really nice energetic push up, hoping for a retracement into this previous resistance zone, as well as the equilibrium bouncing up to there. So that is AUD JPY. Moving on to GBP CAD. Also, guys, I just want to point out, when I do my chart analysis, I flag all of the potentials. So it makes it so much easier because you can just come onto the charts and already know what pairs you've analysed and what pairs have potential. So that is a good tip, and I would recommend doing that for any of you guys that wondered. So moving on to the GBP pairs, there is quite a lot of potential on the GBP pairs. GBP's been moving quite nicely recently. So let's have a look at that. So starting on GBP CAD, which is the first bookmarked one we have, and we can see really nice push up on the 4-hour, having a bit of consolidation, but we've broken out of that now. Really nice push, just hoping for a retracement into the equilibrium to simply push up to this point of liquidity up here. So again, very simple, just looking for that on that. Moving on to GBP NZD. Now this is the only selling option I've been looking at, because GBP NZD has been moving a little bit differently to the rest, which can happen. Sometimes there's currency pairs like the New Zealand dollar, which can dominate the pound and almost make it do different things to other GBP pairs, if that makes sense. So that is GBP NZD. And if you look on the higher time frames, obviously we always start our analysis on the higher time frames, which is vital. And sometimes the higher time frames can be telling you sells on one GBP pair and buys on another, which is fine, because obviously there's different currency pairs that the Great British Pound is against. So that can change the direction massively. So GBP NZD, we are looking for sells. We can see really nice energetic push down on the 4-hour down here after a slight consolidation phase, and we've got some nice points of liquidity down here that we can target. And we are simply looking for a retracement into this equilibrium of this move, as well as there's a 4-hour fair value gap here, which will be nice to tap into as well. And then we look for a simple reaction from there. Moving on to GBP USD, which I don't think we actually have anything for. Never mind, we do, but it's breaking out of that fib zone now, so we'll have to extend that fib. But again, really nice push up on the 4-hour with a previous support zone here that we can hopefully use again as support. And this will actually be an inverse head and shoulders. So we have the neckline here with the shoulder line here, the neckline, head, neckline, and then we want to retest the shoulder line here. So that'll be really nice. That'll be an inverse head and shoulders setup. So hopefully we can get that later today. Moving on to GBP JPY. Now this one is actually already in our point of interest. We can see 4-hour push up with a previous resistance zone here that we are looking to use as support. And it's looking like we are actually using that as support. So now we simply look for our 1-hour hammer candle, 2-hour hammer candle, or engulfing candlesticks, and just overall nice rejection from that area. So that will be one to monitor for the next hour or so and potentially get an entry. So that looks really nice. Moving on to the last GBP pair, which is GBP CHF. Again, same concept, really nice push up on the 4-hour and a really nice previous resistance zone here that we are looking to tap into and bounce up from. Another thing I want to mention is when we're buying from these zones, we're simply buying from the higher lows. So we can see here that we are creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So we are simply anticipating a buy from a higher low. And obviously that is the opposite for sells. We're looking to sell from lower. Fucking hell, I'm confused already. That's just how long I've been on the charts, boys. Fuck me. So yeah, GBP CHF, simply looking for that. And then moving on to the last pair, I think, which is USD CAD. Again, really nice push down on the 4-hour. And we can see we're just looking for a retracement into that fib to hopefully gain momentum to push further down. And I think that is all of the pairs. That is all of the pairs that we have potential on today. I am going to be going to gym in a minute, and I'll do a vlog on that. And obviously if I take any trades, I will be vlogging that as well. Also, ignore the sunburn. But yeah, so yeah, I'll see you in whatever clip comes next, boys.
Yes, boys, we had a slight change of plan. Decided to go to a water park for the day, but I'll put a few clips in now. And we have indeed taken a trade on GBP CHF. So you'll see in this morning's analysis, which I put in the video, we looked for this retracement into this sort of area. And if you can see on this video, if it focuses, we can see on the 4-hour time frame, we had a wick all the way down, really nice rejection, closing as a bullish 4-hour hammer candle. So that is what we entered on. We're running in very slight drawdown at the moment. I did also put this in the free telly. Make sure you're in, as you can see, in the free telly. So yeah, boys, I might go gym in a minute. So if I do, the next clip will be me in the gym. If not, it's me doing something else. So yeah. Yes, boys, little trade update. We are in very slight profit at the moment. Going into the gym now, which is up here, overlooking the sea. So yeah, catch you in there. Yes, boys, welcome back. We are now in the UK, as you can see, in the 140. And what a fucking eventful travel home, Jesus Christ. We'll get into that. I'll just jump into how the trade went. So we ran into profit straight off the bat, and then we created a lower high here. So obviously this trade, we anticipated this higher low here. We entered off of this higher low, and then we wanted price to create a higher high to continue the uptrend. It resulted in creating a lower high here, which ultimately led me to believe that price was then going to create a lower low, which it did. You will see here, we then created a lower low and got stopped out. However, I managed to tell people to pull out at 0.5% profit here, as I realized that price was looking like it was going to create a lower low and ultimately stop us out, which it did in the end. So yes, we lost 0.5%, but at the same time, we also saved ourselves 0.5% by pulling out early. So I never normally pull out early, but in these sort of situations, when you can see that the structure is changing to the direction that you don't want it to, it is sometimes safer to pull out manually and save yourself that extra few percent. But on a side note, wow, I was meant to get back 2 days ago on Friday. EasyJet, never flying with them again. We got our plane delayed and then cancelled. We were sat in the airport for 6 hours and then got it cancelled at about 7 PM. We were meant to take off at 1 PM. So had to go and book a hotel ourselves. Everyone was jumping on these buses that EasyJet produced, and they were going around looking for hotels for like 4 or 5 hours. So we said, fuck it. We went and booked a really nice hotel. I'll put a few clips in here. Only managed to stay in there for a night, which is annoying. But then we came back to the airport on Saturday when our flight was meant to take off at 5 PM. Got delayed another 2.5 hours after yesterday's delay. Honestly, it was an absolute nightmare. And then ended up leaving at 7:30 PM last night and getting back at about midnight UK time. So honestly, a bit of a nightmare journey, hence why I haven't really vlogged. I was hoping to finish this vlog a few days ago. But yeah, horrendous. So if that's not a sign to get your money up and get private jets instead of fucking EasyJet, then I don't know what is. It was fucking tempting to get a private jet as well. Looking back, probably should have, but I didn't know that the flight was going to get cancelled and then delayed the next day. But spent too much fucking money on that hotel just for one night. But yeah, is what it is, boys. Had a really good holiday with the family. Don't often go on holiday with the families, normally with the boys, Curtis, all that. So yeah, got a few more vlogs lined up. We're going away this weekend, not really sure what we're doing. So yeah, I'll see you in the next vlog, boys. Like, comment and subscribe if you want some more, boys. See you in a bit.